Does having a consistent pre-shot routine and swing thought actually lead to better golf? I've been playing very badly the last couple of months, so I decided to run an experiment to see if these things really do make a difference. Pre-shot routines and swing thoughts are things that are commonly written about and talked about in golf as being very important. They're things that teaching pros talk about, blog posts, podcasts, etc. And if you look at the best players in the world, you will see them going through a very consistent set of motions before pretty much every shot they make. If you look at someone like Tiger Woods at the peak of his powers, you could basically time his pre-shot routine to almost a millisecond and it would fall at that exact mark pretty much every single time. However, pre-shot routines are things that if you look at amateur golfers round in and round out, they are wildly variable with. Some people do one thing one shot, something else a different shot, some people have no pre-shot routine, some people try something one round and never do it again, etc, etc. And although I've known better and I've tried to be better, this is a bucket that I have sort of fallen into and a trap that I've been victim to myself. I had a pre-shot routine that I was sort of doing, it was semi-consistent, but it wasn't something that I'd chosen deliberately, it wasn't something I was committed to, and it certainly wasn't something that I was tracking in any kind of meaningful way. However, after yet another extremely bad round of golf recently, I decided to actually knuckle down, look into pre-shot routines and figure out if that is something that can help improve my game. There's obviously a lot of moving parts and golf is hard, but I figure if I could take down at least one of the variables, I would give myself a better chance of success. So with 2 rounds this week, one at a new course I'd never played before and one at my home course, I decided to set about testing what the world would look like before coming up with a pre-shot routine and after coming up with a pre-shot routine. And it wasn't just this, but also trying to minimize the amount of swing thoughts that were going on in my head, which had crept up and up and up over the past weeks and months, and also finding a proper level of commitment before each and every shot I hit, knowing where I wanted to hit it, what I wanted it to do, and where I wanted it to end up. So this past week, I put things to the test, and the results were promising. Roll tape. Well, I am currently at the highest point in the Cotswolds at Cleeve Hill Golf Club. It is about 9 a.m. It's amazing here, absolutely beautiful, and we just about got some weather. It is blue skies-ish, some clouds, a little bit of fog, but it's clearing. A little bit out of breath because I just walked up a massive hill. Very excited about this one. It's been a difficult few months on the golf front. My game is not in a great place. Probably been 3 months since I played well, if I'm being honest, and that's been difficult. And I think part of the problem is just way too much going on in my head. You know I have the physical capabilities to play well, I have done it before, but at the moment with all the swing changes that I've been going through, with all of the lessons and things like that, which I think are helping in the long run, but do have the potential to mess with the head in the short run, it's proven difficult. And last weekend I played in the Winter League and it was terrible. I mean, really, really bad. But I came away from it thinking, well, I don't really have any right for it to be good at the moment, or at least consistent, because there's no consistent inputs. Every shot I've got a different pre-shot routine, different set of swing thoughts, different things going on in my mind, 900 technical things to think about. So I don't know why I'd expect any form of consistent outputs without consistent inputs. You're not going to bake a cake with 3 different recipes and expect it to come out the same way all 3 times. It wouldn't make sense. So my focus right now is I guess 3 things really, but predominantly comes down to routine. So one is a consistent pre-shot routine. I've been looking at a lot of best practices, pro golfers, teaching pros, reading, listening to things, watching stuff about what a consistent pre-shot routine and an effective pre-shot routine should look like. And although they do differ, there's ultimately a few things that people say, and there's a few kind of general best practices. And that is, a couple of rhythmic swings behind the ball. Imagine the shot shape, picture the shot shape, and then cross that line between think box, play box, or whatever people call it, different terms for it, but ultimately Just get the body in rhythm. Doesn't need to be too precise on the practice swings. Picture the shot shape really specifically, the target really specifically. Pick out that intermediate target. Step across that line. Maybe look, waggle, tiger style, and then go. Don't wait too long, don't get too tense, all of that stuff. So that's going to be something today. Another thing is intermediate target, which I had been doing really, really well, and then I've just let slip. So picking that intermediate target a few feet ahead of the ball, and aiming over that to make sure my alignment's right, because I know that's something that can get out of whack. Getting to yes, this is something I've been reading about in a few of the books I've been reading, which is not hitting a shot until I'm confident that I know what the shot is and what I'm intending for it to do. Obviously it may well not do that, but just not actually going until I'm ready. There were a couple of shots last week. There's one on 16 par 3 where I knew I was going to hit a bad shot. I literally knew it. I went anyway, and lo and behold, I hit a bad shot. So that's just ridiculous. That's shooting myself in the foot totally unnecessarily. So I'm not going to go until I'm committed to a shot. And then a single swing thought rather than 15 different ones or 5 different ones that vary from shot to shot. So a single swing thought. Today that's going to be length of backswing. So not getting much past shoulders. For me, the feel of a half swing tends to equal a full swing. So that basically, and I'm going to see how it goes. That's going to be the focus. It doesn't mean all the shots are going to be good, but I think I give myself a better chance. Give myself a better chance of trying to stay sane. And I'm really interested to see what kind of effect that has. It's been bad, and I'm sure there are obviously technical reasons and things I need to work on, but this mindset thing, this consistency, this routine piece is the focus right now. And I'm playing today, and then tomorrow back at the home course for Winter League, and I think that'll be a really interesting A/B test, because I'm playing basically the same tee time with the same group, obviously my pair, but the same other 2-ball that we played with last week. So as much as golf is always insanely variable, it's probably as close to a wildly unscientific A/B test as you're going to get. So I had a terrible round last week. I think I probably shot, it was pairs, so I didn't keep a single card. I probably shot 94, 95. Not good. So it'll be interesting to see how tomorrow compares. It was very windy last weekend, but let's not make excuses. And see how today goes. So yeah, the focus is going to be on that pre-shot routine, on that piece, consistent pre-shot routine, consistent swing thought, clear visualization, and getting to yes before I step in and hit. And I really think it has a chance to help things along. And try and enjoy it, because as with so many golfers, I am a head case. I can lose my rag pretty easily and ruin a day. And to be somewhere like this, in this setting, and I'll get some more videos as I go around, but I just don't want to spend it being angry and miserable. So even if it's not going well, try and enjoy it, because this is a pretty amazing kind of inland link style course. It's super high up, it's on common land, there's dogs roaming around, there's sheep roaming around. It should be a great day. So I want to enjoy it, and it'll be interesting to see. This is one of those things where I know better. Everyone says consistent pre-shot routine is really important, visualization, all of that stuff, and it's easy not to do it, but it's stupid not to do it. So today's the day I commit to it, and be really interested to see the results today. I'll check in after this round, and then the results tomorrow, as I say, as a sort of week-on-week comparison from not doing it last week. So fingers crossed, and let's do it. Well, first things first, that was a lot of fun. Cleeve Hill is an exceptional golf course in that sort of slightly mad, unexpected way that golf courses sometimes get you. Basically a links course on the top of a massive hill with views in every direction of the Cotswolds. Cows in the fairway, dogs running everywhere, just like brilliant mad golf like you sometimes find. So first things first, love that, really, really good. Second thing, annoyingly, I lost the phone holder on my tripod somewhere around the turn. So I got some footage of the first 9, as you'll have seen, and nothing of the back. So that's very frustrating. But actually, it went well. I had a very, very good front 9. I stuck to my pre-shot routine. I stuck to my swing thoughts, and I was 3 over at the turn. I parred the first 3, made a sloppy double at one point, pitched in for birdie from like 70 yards on 9. So made the turn, went out in 40, which was 3 over, which was I was super happy with. And then I made par 10, 11, and then the wheels came off temporarily, slightly. I hit what I thought was a really good drive on a par 5, and it was buried in some really nasty rough on the left. Tried to hack it out, couldn't hack it out, ended up with a lost ball and taking a triple. So I went triple double, and at that point the wind really got up and the course got a lot harder. Basically most of the back 9 was just long par 4s and long par 3s directly into wind, so it was playing quite tough. So shot 84 in the end, which was I was pretty happy with. I was playing off 15, par 71, so kind of 2 under handicap, 38 Stableford points. I think I won the individual Stableford, that was never confirmed. I did win longest drive, which is slightly laughable because I don't hit it very far. But the important thing was the pre-shot routine and the swing thought. And I would say the pre-shot routine, I would say it worked. I don't know exactly, but I reckon I stuck to it 80 to 90% of my shots, and it made a difference. And the swing thought, I was amazed at how I was able to actually only have one swing thought and not start thinking about, my forearm and my hip and my knee and my blah, and actually just play golf, focusing on one swing thought, picking a target, picking a shot shape. It was really good. And actually, one thing as part of the routine that I hadn't necessarily thought of as being a huge deal, but keeping moving, just shifting weight, looking at the target, little waggle, look at the target, not get like locked and frozen over the ball. I really noticed that last week when I was playing terribly, that I was setting the club down and I was basically just like rigid with fear. I said to someone it was like having the yips at one point, and actually just having a pre-shot routine which has a bit more motion, a bit more athleticism, it was massive. Then I'm out again tomorrow, which will be interesting because back at the home course, and as I said before, that's going to be the real kind of A/B test for this pre-shot routine, this swing thought, because I'm playing same course, same competition, same pairings. The weather will be different, hopefully, because it was like 30-mile-an-hour winds last week. But obviously I can judge my ball striking independent of the wind and just how I'm playing generally. So more to follow tomorrow. Not quite sure how I'm going to film it because I lost my phone holder, but I'll try and figure something out and get at least some footage, and then I will again report back at the end of that on this swing thought pre-shot routine experiment. But so far so good, and I definitely think it's something I want to take forward. Obviously, it's not rocket science. It's not like I'm the first person to realize that swing thoughts are good and having a consistent pre-shot routine is good, but I think seeing it in action and feeling good about it and being able to take it with me on the course was great. So yeah, step 1, big tick. Okay, so I am just back from Whittlebury from the Winter League round. First things first, I didn't get any on-course footage, so apologies for that. Lots of people have been asking for proper course vlogs, proper on-course footage, etc. And I didn't get any today. I have ordered a new GoPro style camera and a proper tripod and a bunch of new kit, which is going to make that actually viable. I've been using my phone and some cobbled together bits and pieces to get what I could. lost the holder at yesterday's round, and I tried a few different options today of putting my phone in my bag and various other bits and pieces that I have, and none of it worked, and it kept falling down, and it was basically just a distracting nightmare. So no on-course footage today, apologies for that, but it will happen very, very soon. So you will all be able to / inflicted with my mediocre golf properly before too long. Other than that though, today I would say mixed bag. From the pre-shot routine, swing thoughts, do they work perspective, which is really the point of the video, the evidence is still very much in favour. So when I was able to do my pre-shot routine properly, and in particular when I was able to step into each shot committed, having visualised the shot shape, the target, and kind of keeping my brain clear, getting to yes and committing to that shot, things tended to go pretty well. The difference today versus yesterday is that I probably only did that maybe 75% of the time, as opposed to probably 85 to 90% of the time yesterday. So it still says to me, yes, this is something that I need to be doing, I absolutely should be doing, but the discipline side of getting used to actually doing it, keeping it consistent, and in particular keeping it consistent when things are going badly, is the thing I'm struggling with. I think it's, it's a little bit like a slightly more important version of what happens on a driving range when you hit a bad shot, rake another ball in and get quicker and quicker. When a drive went awry or I hit a bad approach shot or whatever, it was then very easy to get scrambled and not do proper pre-shot routine over the next one. So I just need to be more disciplined and more basically committed to my commitment over each shot. But I think this has been really useful. I'm happy with the pre-shot routine that I've developed. I'm happy with the process. I think I just need to get better committed to that process and keeping it consistent, shot after shot after shot. It's not going to be perfect every time, but if I can get up to 90%, 90+% of going through that process and mentally committing to my shots each time, I think I will minimize the variance as best I can, or at least give myself the best possible chance to hit a good shot each time. Even if, that doesn't mean I'm going to hit a good shot every time, but it increases my odds, and it certainly reduces that just hopping from shot to shot, not really knowing what I'm doing. So going in with a plan, I think, is important. I think as far as this week's experiment goes, it's obviously short-term and part of a much bigger picture. But I think the evidence suggests to me that yes, these things do make a difference. Pre-shot routines do make a difference. Swing thoughts, narrowing that down just to ideally one, does make a difference. And absolutely that visualization and that commitment and getting to yes does definitely make a difference. So this is absolutely something that I think is going to help me with my game, something I'm going to commit to going forward, and something that, with new kit arriving very soon, you will be able to see me putting into practice on the course before too long. So thanks for watching. Please like the video, drop a comment, ask me any questions, what you think, if you disagree, if you agree, maybe what your pre-shot routine is, anything like that. And I will see you very soon in the next one.